Right, here I am, Motor Technics, Yamaha and Piaggio Vespa Aprilia Moto Guzzi. Just wonderful. But what am I on? Look at this at last. Yeah, it's taken me ages. Been wanting to do it forever, but weather's been absolutely awful. Moto Guzzi Stelvio. Yeah, oh, marvellous. Look at that. Oh, we're off. Yeah, right, let's get going and see what this bad girl's all about. Oh, look at that. Oh, little rumble. Oh, marvellous Yamaha there too. Right, I'm not going to go out the in this time. I'm going to go out the out. I'm going to nip through here. Yeah, marvellous. This orange, I quite like it. Yeah, orange and silver. Never thought I would. But they come in all sorts of colours. So what I'll do is we'll go this way. Yeah, marvellous. Off we go. Right, this hasn't got a quick shifter. They come with a quick shifter if you pay extra, but this one, the demo, doesn't. Yeah, so you can have it fitted. Don't know how much it costs. It's going to be about 300 quid, isn't it? And I will tell you today straight away, there's no buffeting off that screen, but it is blowing an absolute hoolie. Yeah, but at least it's not raining. Handling, no problem at all. So this is like the V85TT on steroids. It's got the engine from the V100 in it. Yeah, marvellous. And that's producing like 115 newton meters, no, 115 brake horsepower, yeah, and 105 newton meters of torque. And in this strong wind, it's not budging me at all, but I can feel the pressure from the wind. Yeah, so more than adequate power for highway, anything that you want to do, hilly, mountains, but absolutely ideal. The mirrors, absolutely phenomenal. I think that's because the bars are so wide, I guess. But yeah, really good. USB there as well, I notice. Oh, it's got hell and all electronics on it. The screen is electronically adjusted. See, there you go, down it goes and up it goes. I didn't take it all the way down in case you're wondering. Well, yeah, oh, it's just seating position, dead comfy. Really like it. But I thought I would. I love the V85TT. What's not to like about this? It's just a bigger version. And talking of bigger, 246 kilos sopping wet. Yeah, that's with full tank, all the oil, everything. So about the same weight as a Super Meteor. Yeah, well, for me the Super Meteor has become the standard measurement weight, hasn't it? Yeah. It's also got all sorts of lane assist and stuff like that, so if you put your indicator on and there's a car at the side of you, it will say, "What are you doing, you lunatic? Stop doing that, there's a car." Yeah, or it'll just give you a warning on there and light up the mirrors. Yeah. Right, let's get down here. Oh, brakes very sharp. Yeah. Well, let's get down here. So of course we're in a 30, so I can't go too mad, can I? Oh, it's just dead easy to handle, and we're into a 20. It's terrible round here now for speed limits and stuff. So it chugs along very easily in fourth there at 20 miles an hour. Slow speed manoeuvring, absolute doddle. It's so stable. Yeah, doesn't budge an inch. But I found that as well with the V85TT. It just felt so secure. It almost feels like it's got 4 legs. So we'll go up here and then round to the castle. Yeah, marvellous. Now you've got to be careful up here because it's very narrow and you get quite a bit of traffic. So, and it's uphill and coming down it, it's quite steep. If you're in a car, you can easily lock up your wheels, even with all your ABS and traction control and everything else. Yeah, there we go. But what would you use this bike for? Well, hot touring primarily, but you could easily commute on it. It feels the weight, whilst it's reasonably heavy, it's easy to move about, so you could easily commute on it, get in and out of town, no problem, stuff like that. Yeah, you could just do a bit of adventuring down the back roads like this. I mean, you don't get much more back roadish than these roads round here. Gravel and everything, potholes, suspension seems fine. Oh, and I've flicked the high beam on. How do I do that? That's it. I caught it there. It's got the Triumph problem. It sticks out with my big fat hands. Yeah, marvellous. So, you know, we do have speed limits, and if you ever look at your average sort of speed, it's this sort of speed, 47, 55 maybe if you're lucky. So it doesn't matter what sort of size bike you've got, but it always seems easier on a more powerful bike, even though sometimes you've got to work the gears. But you know, I'm in 6th, no problem at all. Yeah, so obviously it's got warnings as well, so if you are going to pull out, it'll tell you when there's a car at the side of you, even without the, what is it? It's also got early warning for a crash. Yeah, so it's got a sensor out the front that says you're in danger of collision. So I'm going to wait for this car. So, marvellous. Seat height 830. What about that? It's got a 21 litre tank as well, so you're going to get plenty of fuel in there. I'm not sure what it'll do to the gallon, but I'm sure that there's a computer on here that'll tell us if I could be bothered to look at it. It's got 5 rider modes. I assume one of those is switching everything off if you want to get off the road and be naughty. Just the throb of the engine is quite exciting. I really like it. But we'll get to the church here. The screen, absolutely no buffeting at all. That's quite incredible. There are not many bikes that do that. I think the NT1100, I found it, and it might even be the NC750X, the 2 Hondas, and this, just nothing. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. Doesn't that engine sound marvellous? Holy Church, marvellous. And the moat and the castle and a dog. That's just lovely, isn't it? So I'll get it spun round here and we'll have a look. Tick over seems a bit high, I've got to say. Maybe that's just me. So I shall park it here so we're not in the wet and the mud. There we go. Side stand down, wonderful. Ignition off. Let's have a little look at it. All the bells are tolling. There you go. What do you reckon? Moto Guzzi Stelvio. Yeah, just marvellous. Right, let's have a look at this then. I think it looks wonderful. In this sort of yellowy, orangey colour with the silver and the black. I think it looks smart. The engine, lots of people on the V100 didn't like the way the pipes now come out the side there, as opposed to out the front of the cylinders. The radiator's massive, and it looks pretty well protected there actually. Could do with an extender on the front mudguard. Twin Brembo brakes, just wonderful. Upside down forks, don't know how adjustable, fully adjustable by the looks. Yeah, as you can see just there. Yeah, rebound and compression I presume. Yeah, marvellous. And that wonderful engine that it's sort of full of character. Yeah, and by that I don't mean like Bertie's full of character. It's not, you know, it's not that bad, but you know that you're riding a Moto Guzzi, which is lovely. That open wheel, I'm not sure about that. Someone was on about those on, I don't know what it was, on the Rocket or something like that, and about having a filler that fills this in, because you've got this big hole here, which is obviously going to collect all the dirt, so maybe they'll do something to cover that, I don't know. Exhaust makes a wonderful sound. Obviously it comes with the grab rail and the base for the top box and stuff, and holes for the luggage. Yeah. Let's have a look. Seat, dead comfy. You can get a heated as well if you want. Don't come standard, of course, that. Big shaft, wonderful. No chain maintenance or anything like that, and not massively oversized wheels like you get on some adventure style bikes. Yeah, I don't know what you think, but I like it. Hand guards, mirrors, lots of electronics. You wouldn't want to be breaking those, would you, with all these lights and stuff built into them. Tiny little pot there for the clutch. Yeah, hydraulic clutch. And you know, sample pots, as someone called them. They're everywhere. Dash easy, bar to fix your sat nav to, and that electric screen, dead easy, USB. And yeah, so like I say, 115 brake horsepower, 105 newton meters of torque, seat height of 830. It's just lovely. I really like this, but let's get on to the senses. Right, here we are, back on board, ignition on, brrr, ding, yeah, all lights working, marvellous. I just love that. That's marvellous. Bit of a jump into gear, just as clunky as a Triumph, I'd say. Yeah, maybe even more so. But we'll get down here and get on with the senses test. There we go. Bumpy old Suffolk road. Sort of road you might find yourself on one of these. Yeah, when you get wherever it is you're going. But let's get on with the senses. First off, we've got taste. What would this taste like? Well, it sort of conjures up all sorts of things. You know, it involves tangerine or orange or something like that. But it reminds me of like ice cream. There's an ice cream you used to get at Scarborough. Yeah, and it used to come out mixed with like Mr. Softy. You know, the white ice cream in a corner. It'd be something like that, I reckon. And with it being Italian, it's got to be an ice cream, I think. Yeah, marvellous. obviously deals with all these bumps. You've probably not even noticed that I've been going over all these terrible bumps and what have you. But that's what I'd say it tastes like. And we just slow down a bit because cars do come up here and you can see the mud and gravel on the road as well as the bumps. Yeah, marvellous. Then what have we got? We've got smell. What does it smell like? Well, it's a new bike. It smells of just warm metal and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'd say about smell. Yeah, nothing to write home about. I haven't ridden a bike that... So, well, actually, that's not true. Some of the old bikes, they have a nice smell. Yeah, of fumes, shall we say. Marvellous. Right, what I shall do, I shall get up here and I will bring you back when we get onto the motorway. Oh, well, the A14. Ta-ta. Right, here we are, just about to go on the A14, just to see what it's like. Yeah. So it'll be one stop down and then we'll be on our way back. Yeah, marvellous. So usual gubbins, it's quite busy today. Everyone's just coming out of roadworks there, so they're all getting a clog on. So we shall see. And I've got warnings there, yeah, warning me that that car was there. Very interesting. Yeah, marvellous. Little Suzuki. So the buffeting, a little bit on my tops of my arms, but that's about it. It'll be interesting to see what the microphone picks up. Yeah. I'm holding it in fifth because I'm hoping. Yeah, and of course we're filming, so we can't go too mad, can we? No. Little warning there, telling me there was a vehicle on the inside. What I want to do is slow down a bit and see what happens if I put the indicator on. That's what I want to know. So I'm going to slow down a bit, going to wait for this car to get close to me and see what happens, and I shall wait. Right, it's out my sight, and what happens? Oh, and it starts to flash. Did you see that? Yeah, marvellous. So you get the warning that there's a vehicle there, and then if you put your indicator on as though you're going to move, you get it flashing at you. Yeah, there's just telling me there's a car there. It's marvellous. So it is blowing an absolute hoolie today, not getting moved about at all, as you can see, very relaxed, one-handed. The bike isn't budging. Very comfortable seating position, arm position. Yeah, like it. So I'm going to come off here and we'll carry on with the senses test. Yeah, marvellous. Right, we'll get up here. That's wonderful, isn't it? So what we got next to look at? Well, it's sort of an adventure bike, but it's a Moto Guzzi adventure bike, and that makes quite a big difference, I think. You know, I love Suzuki's and I love the V-Strom, but I think out of all the adventure bikes, I think the V85TT and this Stelvio, whatever, for me, is the one. Yeah. If I had the money, definitely. And talking of money, just over 13,000, depending on what variant you get, between 13.2 and 13.9, something like that. So not cheap, about the same price as a Tiger 900, something like that. Yeah, but you get quite a lot for your bike. You get very comfortable, and you get Moto Guzzi, and I mean, it's just wonderful. Their attention to detail on stuff, little designer stuff. We don't have Moto Guzzi Eagle here, but we have it on the clock there, just reminding us. Just wonderful. Yeah, and 5 rider modes. I'm in road mode at the moment, which, let's be honest, it's wherever all of us end up anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it looks like. What does it feel like? It feels like a big solid bike. Very good quality. The only thing I would say, and you've probably noticed it, is the rattly screen. Look at it move. Now that's at full extent, but even so, I don't believe it should be quite that rattly, and maybe I'll mention it when they get back. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. So yeah, that'd bother me a little bit, but that's it. Everything else just seems top notch. Going a bit quick there. Yeah, so that's it to look at. Touch and feel. Sound. The sound is wonderful. You probably can't hear it from the helmet, but the exhaust when you're behind it is just beautiful. And the engine sound, the whirring, I like all that. The Royal Enfield 650s have that sort of whirring as well, but all the Guzzis have it, and that throb, it's almost like a purr. Yeah, so the sound, top notch. And then of course we're on to the sixth sense. How does it make me feel? Well, what I'll do is I'll bring you back. I'm gonna jump back on the A14, and I will bring you back just before I get back to Motor Technics. Oh, did you hear it growl then? Yeah, marvellous. Right, here we are, just coming off the A14, like I said, blowing an absolute hoolie. How do I feel about it? Well, a couple of things I want to say before we talk about that is, one, the anti-collision thing tells you if you're about to crash. Little thing comes up here, says, oh, you're getting a bit close, which is marvellous. But it's also got lights that see round corners. Yeah, so if you're leaning round a corner, it will light up, extra lights, depending on the lean, which angle you're going on. Yeah, which is very clever, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, how do I feel? I love it. I love the throb of the engine, I love the note of the engine, the sound of the engine, I like the feel of the bike, the handling. For me, out of all the big adventure bikes, this is the one. Yeah, if I had the money, yeah, this is, it's got to be top of everyone's list. It's got to be at least in everybody's list. Oh, but I'm here, back at Motor Technics, and I've got to give it back, which is just fine. But here we go. Let's have a little, one more look at it. Yeah. There we go. BMW, forget that, mate. Get one of these. Yeah. Can't say that to a BMW owner, can you? There we go. Ignition off. Side stand down. Over it goes. And let's have another look at it. There you go. Stelvio Moto Guzzi, wonderful bike. Here at Motor Technics, Yamaha, Aprilia, Vespa, Moto Guzzi, the lot, some wonderful bikes, and some special offers on at the moment. Yeah, everything's discounted. It's amazing. Yeah, ta-ta.